Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we're checking out the 6th episode of Better Call Saul from Season 1. This is 5-0. Thanks to the comments for letting me know that the previous episode, Alpine Shepherd Boy, was supposed to be called Jello to continue the O streak. But, you know, for copyright reasons, they couldn't secure the name, so even though the previous episode, Alpine Shepherd Boy, came out yesterday on Friday, I'm recording this the next day on Saturday. Even though it's been one of the more recent releases, I think we're going to do 2 episodes in this upcoming week. So I'm going to watch 6 and 7 here today. Kind of weave them in with both Westworld and 1899. The first episodes of their respective seasons will be on the channel this week as well, including the Made in Abyss finale. So previous episode we witnessed him being Jimmy, making his connections, trying to get some business together, and a lot of them were just completely garbage. But then, Kim floated the idea of elder care. Jimmy's kind of running with it. Floated the idea by Chuck, who's now out of the hospital, thankfully. That was a weird little schism of a moment. And then he's also, gave Mike his card on the way out, and then we saw Mike, I don't know if he was violating a restraining order or something, like why would he see his daughter? They have that look, and then the cops show up. It's either related to the daughter and it's a restraining visitation violation, or it's something from maybe back home, one of his Philadelphia things when he was a cop, or connections to someone or something in the show. I don't know, but I'd like to, so let's get into these next 2 episodes, starting off with number 6. It is 5-0, and let's just get into it. Albuquerque train station. Yeah, when I first saw them in the desert, I immediately thought back to the kid who found everyone when they were robbing the train way back when in Breaking Bad. I know that's in the future, but... Mike. Big old duffel bag usually means it's full of money. I wonder if this is a pickup or a drop-off.
Thanks for coming.
Oh, yeah, of course. I'm just parked across the street, so...
I love how my computer can't handle capturing the screen, playing the screen, and recording me at the same time. It does this little skip bullshit. Okay. Maxi pads for treating a wound of some sort. Him and Kratos could grumble along. I want to see Mike as Kratos now with the war paint on his face. It's amazing these people never get their arteries nicked, It's always just, oh, in and out, flesh wound, no problem, patch it up. Okay, so obviously he has a fresh wound. He's been doing some shit recently. It's got to tie into the cops knocking on his door.
Hi. Okay, you asked for it. Oh.
Only pushing with this arm because the other one is shot.
Pop's getting tired.
Where's Daddy? She just misses him.
But I'm not like I was. I'm back. I'm solid.
But doing crimes, being involved with drinking, like what?
Cops aren't real touchy-feely, you know that.
But before he died, there was this phone call. But this, he was angry. He was really angry.
What was he saying?
I couldn't make it out. It was something about...
Yeah, that wasn't a curiosity. That was probing for answers.
I think he was talking to you.
Me. Stace, I don't think it was. I can't recall any late-night heart-to-hearts with him, not around then. Maddie's gone. That's really all there is to it.
That's not all there is to it, but that is the finality of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's that.
She's not buying it at all. So is Mike
See you around.
only moved out here because Maddie died and they were out here, and now he wants to be near, his granddaughter, who I assumed to be his daughter, not a daughter-in-law. Or maybe he was a cop, his son was a cop, they met her. I'm not exactly sure.
Bet there's a story there.
Isn't there always?
Went to a vet. Like animal doctor to get stitched up.
That ought to do it. Maybe go get yourself a sling.
You don't have one?
Sorry. Got a cone you can put around your neck. It's about the same, right? Passing through or sticking around?
Why?
Yeah, so he had to have gotten injured out in Philly, so maybe, or wherever he was from,
to the
yeah.
land of enchantment.
Good edit. That was clever.
Could have been friendly. Could have talked in your house. Expecting more cooperation from you on this, cop to cop.
Lawyer.
What lawyer?
Jimmy McGill. What's so funny?
So what happened? The mayor didn't give you enough stickers?
Those 2 cops out there are from Philadelphia. He's going to take it and put it in his jacket. And when he does that, I want you to take that coffee and spill it on him. Little accident, that's all.
Is it a version to swap the notebook, or?
All you want is for me to aid and abet you ripping off that guy's notepad, because that's what you're doing here, right? Are those 2 jokers out in the hallway? I'm going to make sure they dot their I's and cross their T's. Everything's square and above board.
Does he do it, or does he rely on his guile to maneuver the conversation in the way he wants it?
Hoffman, Fensky, fill me in. He's actually, believe it or not, somewhat taciturn.
Mr. Ermintrout had a son, Matt. He too was with Philly PD. Unfortunately, things got out of hand. The 3 of them were ambushed, and Matt didn't make it out. That's when Hoffman and Fensky both turned up dead in a vacant lot out in Nicetown.
And then he's injured.
Well, it's our operating theory that Hoffman and Fensky were mixed up in something.
I don't know much about Hoffman and Fensky. They were Matt's people. I'd see them around sometimes.
Do you remember anything about that night at the bar? Did you talk to Hoffman or Fensky at all?
I wanted them to cut to a flashback of him fucking them up, but
Oh, hey.
he's looking.
Oh, shit. Jeez, sorry.
I can get most. You know what? Hey, I got it. Thank you.
Mike was quick with it, yeah. So why'd you decide to do it, Jimmy? Now, Jimmy.
What's so important in there that we had to pull that third-rate Marx Brothers routine?
You really want to know?
How did you know that I would spill that coffee?
Got his ticket and ran the gate, and he's kind
What the hell's
of
that?
been at friction with everything anyway.
Supposed to mean, huh? They think you killed 2 cops.
Yep.
Yep. That's a soft, because I did. It's like saying sure. It's not an affirmation. It's not a positive yes, but it's like, sure. Yeah, but was there actual useful information in there? And or is that cop going to realize his notepad was missing? I thought we were going to transition to Jimmy, but it's been an Ermintrout Mike episode.
Did you call him?
I told them I found money. After Kaylee and I moved here, when I was unpacking, it was in the lining of an old suitcase.
Why
Matt
would you?
must have tucked it away in there, because this was cash.
Why didn't you ask me? Why didn't you come to me?
Keep it on the lowest level possible. You don't go to the courts and the cops unless...
And for you to think... And you wouldn't talk to me. Every night you were drinking yourself unconscious like you were the only one who lost him.
I want to
What
say
difference would it make
that Mike
if he
killed
was
the 2 people
anything?
associated with his son, but I'm trying to think of a crazy scenario in where him and the son were mixed up with something. Well, was he or wasn't he dirty?
Now, this is it, Mike. What was that phone call?
You get that through your head. My son wasn't dirty.
The other 2 kind of had him killed, like worked out of the equation? Or is he upset that he... Flashback, where are we going? Feel a sneeze coming on. It's that honky-tonk music. I'm allergic. What are we doing with this cop car, Mike? What kind of Home Alone trap is he setting on this door? He really wiggled it. Oh my good. Wow, good for him. It had a knot on there to... Bravo. I'm a huge fan of low-tech solutions. Just the practicality of it. He said he saw the 2 guys at a bar, so is that this night? Has to be if he's still drinking. Yeah, it said Philadelphia on the police car, right? Yeah, it's a cop bar. They're the only 2 in uniform. Yeah, I'm gonna kill you fuckers. That's that look.
Brothers. I know what was you.
I know it was you, drunken dads. They got nothing. Was that just to get them to make the first move, you know?
Closing time, Mikey.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, I sold my car, so I'm walking.
Thank you.
Oh, did he want to be the last one out so that the guys ambush him? Like they're waiting and they see he hasn't left yet? Nah, the bartender didn't want him to go, so he's probably pretty liquored up. He's shellacked.
Want to ride?
I'm walking.
Hey, we got public intoxication.
You are being charged with drunk in public.
What are you doing out here? Come on, let us drive you. It's colder than my ex-wife's tit out here. Come on.
I was drunk in a bar. They threw me into public.
I know whatever's going to happen, Mike's going to come out of it okay, but I'm just wondering how much is planned and how much is improvisation. Like, does he want to be put close to him here?
Yep, that's mine.
Later. We don't want you to shoot your foot off now, do we? I know we shoot. What's that supposed to mean, huh? You think you know what?
You just telegraph you're guilty more
Killed him.
and more.
You killed Manny. You killed him because you were scared what you thought he might do.
You're going to work a confession out of them before they die? Was there another... That's why he got into the car earlier, so he could plant the pistol in the back, the extra one. Oh, got it.
Now you wait there 1 second. I'm gonna work this whole thing out, okay, Mikey?
We got to stage how we're killing you,
He couldn't live with it. Not dying the way he did. It's too much for the old man, so my kid decided to eat his gun.
And we know he's capable of killing because of his half-measure, full-measure story that he told, which was while he was still a cop. No double tap, we good?
You bust a drug dealer that has more cash than you'll ever earn in a lifetime. Some of it doesn't make it back into evidence. You took a taste, so did everyone else. That's how you knew you were safe. Matt wasn't dirty. I was.
People can't be trusted with power.
Yeah.
Because, beneath the uniform, what's in their soul, you know? And they just use the power to do what they're going to do.
Hoffman went to Maddie, offered to cut him in. Only fair, right? They were partners. Wanted to go to the IA, do the right thing, shut him down.
Oh my God, did you let him? That's why he got killed, because he was going to turn on those guys.
No.
Mike talked him into not going to internal affairs.
But if you go to the IA, if you didn't look like you're going...
Such a sad reality about young cops joining the force, and they just get molded and pushed and cornered into being like everyone else.
Listen, I told him I did it too. He put me up on a pedestal, and I had to show him that I was down in the gutter with the rest of them. I got Maddie to take the money, and they killed him 2 days later.
Damn. That's so shitty.
I made him lesser. I made him like me. And the bastards killed him anyway.
If they killed Maddie...
You know what happened. Can you live with it?
So that money in the suitcase lining was the bribe money that he took and got killed for anyways. Damn. That was a kind of a rough episode. Alright, going to the outro. Season 1, Episode 650. When Mike needs a favor, he finds Jimmy willing to go to surprising lengths to lend a hand. However, that doesn't put Mike's demons to rest. Okay. Yeah, so that was the episode. It was a Mike-centric episode. You know, I can't recall too many episodes of Breaking Bad where they'd sit on a character and just run with them the whole time. The Leftovers had done character-centric episodes where, like, Matt or Lori or Nora, like, they'd have their own little thing, and they'd meet up or cross over with other established characters. And this episode was like that, where it was all Mike all the time, with just a little bit of crossover with Jimmy and Matt's wife. I forget her name, but the mother of Mike's granddaughter was like the only stuff in the present. Everything else was fucking big flashbacks to Philly. This episode was the least like all the others of the season. That's not to say that it wasn't enjoyable or that it wasn't good, but it was a character-centric episode on Mike. You know, Jimmy, very, very light in the episode. And some of the only emotion I want to say we've gotten from Mike, besides anger and gruffness, and, you know, he lightened up a little bit with Jesse and talked to him and got person to person, but he's always been a stoic, reserved man of very few words. And this time he laid it all out there about his son, and that was shitty to watch, because it's like it's so disheartening when people go into something and they want to do the right thing and they want to make things better, and then the system is just overwhelmingly bent towards, you know, fucking that sort of mindset over, because that takes away from their little, you know, side hustles and tastes, as Mike put it. I don't know many police officers. There's one that was a friend of my dad's growing up, but it's just that seems to be an overwhelming, I don't want to say reality, but something I've heard about on podcasts, where young cops will come out of the force and just talk about how, you know, there's just a point where everyone else, it's like, this is how the system is, this is what we do, and you're not protecting and serving at that point. You're, you know, protecting and serving your own interests. But that's, every organization does that, every club does that, every group does that, every branch does that, every office does that. It's just that you're enforcement. There's muscle there, there's deadly force. It's evidence room. You know, it's shenanigans out the ass, and it's people. It's always people fucking things up. People were a mistake. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, I'm keeping this short because I'm rolling right into the next episode. This one was a blast, and I look forward to seeing you all later in the week with this next episode, but this does it for me for now. Thank you all for being here. Hope it was worth your time, and goodbye.